Hold on just a moment. Let's see. Yeah, I just setting up the, my tablets and phones right now. Give me just a second. Is this working? Is that screen's reversed? All right, XCVI. What's your question? I'm just doing little short reads tonight, so just FYI, I'm not doing like a full 20 or something like that. But what is your question? You don't have one? No worries. We can work with that. Let me just check something here. You just see if the audio is working. I'll just give you a quick general. How about that? You want a general just for the rest of the year? Do you have a general topic? What do you have? Let me see. I'm just going to check the audio. All right, checking the audio. Oh, hold on. All right. So XCV, I'm just going to give you a short little, what month is it? It's September. Let's just do any major events coming up for the remainder of the year. You're totally fine. So what I encourage you to do is just think about your question, what you have going on. Oh, I'm having stuff go all over. And then when I give it the cards to you, you'll just need to provide your own context, right? So this is the month of September. Let's just do a general for whatever this person has going on. Welcome into the live stream, folks. And if you can hear me just on TikTok here, let me know. The other day I had some audio issues. So if somebody could just say thumbs up or something. Just want to make sure folks can actually hear. Okay. All right. XCV, what should I call you? Should I just call you X? We'll call you X. Totally fine. All right, so what comes up first off is showing some sort of replenishment or something to do that's going to be emotionally charged. some sort of situation that could be trying on yourself and your circumstances. It does feel like a major decision is going to have to be reached that is going to herald whatever next phase that you are going to be going into. But it does feel very much that whatever has previously been put into your situation or into whatever it is that you have on your mind right now, that is going to form the foundation for your decision as to what has to come next. It is going to be a point of, how to say, it could be a point of sacrifice in that you have to determine what is most important and what can be cut away and what you can basically rise above. Hold on. Yeah, so what is it worth to take the seat? Does that make sense? What is it worth to take the seat? Sometimes things have to be cut loose. Sometimes other people are not allowed back at the table. People that show their butts and people that may have been disrespectful, maybe they don't get a place again, but you have to be the one to control that narrative. It does indicate a bit, after a decision is made based upon previous energies having gone into it, it does feel like things being able to take off and to move forward with a bit of speed. So I would advise to try to make sure that you are being very focused and very deliberate and very mindful about your actions and the people that you are involving around you. It does feel that you will be able to have people around you that are necessary. You can handle it on your own, right? And I do get you having this sense of recognition for the actions that you put into it. 6 of Wands for me, 6 of Staffs, 6 of Buttons, whatever you call it. It's, to me, is one of my favorite cards because it is the card of being seen for who you are and being seen for what it is that you're able to bring to the table and being seen for what it is that you want to be seen for. I don't know if that makes sense. So many times in our lives, people see us for what they want us to be, right? So many times people see us for who they think we should be. 6 of Wands to me is, that's done. You are to be seen for who you are and for what you are bringing to the table. Does that make sense, X? I can show you I don't know, some people like to see the cards. I just usually put them down and start reading them. If you need to see the cards, I'm more than glad to show them to you. Some people like to see them. Some people don't really care. So your choice. I'm just checking audio over here. Maybe. Oh, you want to see? All right. The first stop, Ace of Cups. This has to do with, I was talking about in the beginning about emotions. It can, depending, it can be relationships and renewal and all of that stuff. To me, it gives the feeling of having a lot of decisions and some emotionality because it's followed by the Judgment card. So to me, I don't read upside down and upright. To me, I read by dignifications of cards. It's a different technique. But anyway, to me, this kind of can give like a sense of trepidation or worry or anxiety because this is a huge decision that has to be made, like we talked about, for things to move forward. King of Swords. He can be a little bit cold and calculating, but it is the point of very calculated decisions being made. The Chariot, this one, moving forward, but having to be sure that you are having the right mindfulness going forward and the people you're taking with you. And this one I showed you already, the 6 of Wands. This is about, I love this card. This is one of my absolute favorites. It has to do with being seen for who you are, right? I love that card. Does that make sense? X. Any point of that to clarify? Welcome in, folks. TikTok. All right, so I'm going to roll here, try to catch some questions on TikTok. Well, I don't know what exact context is supposed to be put into, so I can't really advise you on that. It feels like big choices and decisions having to be made, and you are in control of that. A lot of times in readings comes up, choices and decisions are going to be happening on the periphery to somebody, and it's more about having to adjust to it. What came up for you was a lot of decisions and choices you're having to be in control of from your past. If you have particular questions to clarify it, totally fine. You just let me know. But that's the general. All right, Brooke, will you get married? Yes. I don't typically do legal. No, I can read this for you real quick. Hold on, Brooke, just a moment. I don't usually do, was it legal, medical? There's another one. We'll just leave it at legal and medical. Yes. And if that was your question for the cards, it does indicate yes. It shows that you would have some difficult choices to be made. Maybe about treatment or something. Maybe about the direction you want to take. Maybe about the providers. You know what I'm saying? Like if that is the context of what you were asking, then yeah. Okay. But still, yes. All of that pulls in. What I was doing when I was pulling cards for you is looking at just a general for your life. That's why generals are so difficult, because when you do have a particular question in mind and then you're trying to put that into context, it's a lot to hold, because there's so much the cards could address, right? Sometimes they answer a question that is a little bit different. You're fine. All right, Brooke. Let me ask about Brooke getting married. Brooke, yes, but not right now. You have some. You got some stuff to deal with. I don't know if you're in a relationship. You're just asking a general, will you get married? I see nothing indicating that you won't get married, but what comes through indicates that you need to be very mindful and careful of codependent relationships in which there is an over feeling of like having to be self-protective or keeping your boundaries up. I would just be very mindful of any sense of conflict and what may be going on, and making sure that you don't commit to something before you are ready, just because you may want to get married, which is understandable, but not rushing into the situation. You don't want to get hooked into a codependency. Be mindful, make the choice, right? Make your choice, but don't do so just because you want to get married. Hello, let's see. Will me and Cody be together, Catalina? So, X, it may be at least, I mean, I don't know your name. I know nothing about you. You could be, yeah, I don't know. Okay, we're getting questions here. That actually, that really, really helps. It helps to put context. But don't put anything you don't feel comfortable putting. Never ask that. Catalina, will you and Cody be together? Give me just a moment, X. Catalina, will you and Cody be together? Catalina and Cody. There seems to be some kind of a source of conflict, some reason why you're not together right now, which is quite evident, right? Is there something to do with logistics? Is my question about this. I don't necessarily get this. You're not together because of a law case. But it feels like logistics about this situation and tending to other matters right now. Catalina, it doesn't indicate any impending relationship at this point in time. Okay, there's a whole bunch of stuff coming through. Stacy, will you get offered the new job? Stacy and the new job. It feels like a good yes. There's a lot of good resources going around, and if it's not this one, you're going to get something better. The High Empress, I'm sorry, I produced it in the Herrischen. It's very much about resources coming together. It feels like you're going to be having a good situation. Don't settle for less than you're worth either, Stacy. And Morphe, I'm honestly just doing like little quick questions, not full reads. X kind of has me over here, but just doing little short questions. So will your sleep get X? Will your sleep get better? X, yes, but not immediately. I don't know what you're stressing about. It feels like, I don't know if you're waiting for news or something, or you're waiting for something to come in. Find a way to distract yourself. Silence, kind of still your mind at night. I don't know, it just kind of feels like a rattling mess. No offense, but it kind of feels like your mind is rattling a bit inside your head. Morphe, just if you would, just go ahead and enter in your question. Again, doing just short little answers. Yeah, just I get something. Actually, you need to find a way to help distract yourself. It's not a matter of ignoring the issues or problems, but sometimes you need to give yourself something for your mind to settle on other than what's rattling around in there. Okay, Mark, and you, if you're soulmates or not, that is for you to decide. Straight up, I will never tell somebody you're soulmates or you're twin flames. I have seen entire lives destroyed by people being told that. Do you know what I mean? Because it can lead into very codependent relationships. And if it doesn't work out, I have seen people completely go unhinged. That's what I'm like. It's a relationship. If there's a deeper connection, I will give that to the person to make that decision. And you can have multiple soulmates in a lifetime, right? Okay. Oh, hold on, screen's going dark. This is for Nick. Talking about Nick and Mark being together. Nick, what I am getting is just be very careful and mindful about your motivations. The moon card indicates not everything is being seen. This has to do with underlying feelings, of course, coming up, which is then here the strength card, which can indicate sexuality and attraction. Just be careful of the way you're approaching this, making sure that with the whole soulmate question, I would just be very mindful that you're approaching this very openly, and yeah, just be very mindful of labeling something soulmate or twin flames instead of just approaching something as a healthy relationship. I don't see anything wrong with a relationship, but the whole soulmate thing, I just don't do. Like I said, I've seen people become very unhinged when something was determined they had to be soulmates, and then the other person ended up being an asshole, and it didn't work out, and the person was like, "What do you mean? You said it was my soulmate." No. Sometimes soulmates can be assholes too. But you can have many soulmates in a life. It said you're waiting to see. It said you're waiting for something. What do you mean, X? Did I say that? I don't know. I'm rattling through here. I have, I don't do pregnancy stuff. I'll be straight up. Pregnancy, financial advisement, legal, medical, all that kind of stuff. Trust me, as a reader, that is major liability grounds. Aiden, should you give up on Stephanie? Let's check it out. And then we'll do Chantel. Aiden, should you give up on Stephanie? Aiden, should you give up on Stephanie? Oh, these cards are... I don't get so, Aiden. What comes up is the Knight of Cups and the Two of Cups. I don't think it's over. I'm not saying it's going to end up in marriage, but I don't get that the connection is over. There seems to be at least some sort of resolution that needs to be had there. Chantel, will you get a work from... In just a moment, Mofi. I'll come back over here. Will you get a... Chantel, will you get a work from home job soon? No, Aiden, I didn't say the connection is over. It feels like there is still some sort of connection there. I'm not saying it's like you're going to get married, but I don't get that there has been full wrapping up of this. It just doesn't feel over. The Knight of Cups came up, which is usually the dreamer, and then the Two of Cups, which does indicate a connection there. Chantel, will you get a work from home job soon? Honestly, Chantel, this looks good. Chantel, this here, the page of staffs, is usually indicating news of some sort of new endeavor. The 9 of coins is about living things, the life you would like to lead. Yeah. But see, she's alone in her garden. To me, this is always like living your best life on your own. You don't need anybody else. So to work from home, that does make sense. Being able to put your time and energy into yourself in your own environment. And then the ace of coin, which is what? Money, job. So it does feel like that should be on the horizon for you, Chantel. All right, so Morphe, for the context, to summarize, you confessed to him, but he rejected you, but you are friends. Will Yashi be in a relationship with each other in the future, and whether Yashi will ever like you? Okay, let's check it out, Morphe. All right, Morphe. Nibal. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to first here, Morphe, Nibal. I'm going to just do a general for the two of you for that relationship. Just making sure I'm reading everything that you sent here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so straight up, what I'm getting right now is I would say do not force it with this person. Otherwise, he is going to completely head the other way. So be very mindful of the energy that you're putting into this and that you don't completely push him out of your life, right? It does come up, I think, a bit of confusion on his part, not knowing quite what to make. I think it kind of took him by surprise. I think he suspected, but it still took him by surprise. I think the situation is he's going to be pushing you into the friend zone for a little bit, just for comfort, right? And for processing. And be very mindful of not pushing with that, but letting him be able to take his own time to figure that out, okay? It does give indication that it is possible, Nibal, but it also has a sense of defensiveness to the situation as well. I think you're going to have resolution with this person. But as of right now, it does not feel like ending in a serious marriage situation. It feels like a back and forth, right? But like for in the next 6 months, I don't get the two of you ending up in any sort of like a marriage situation. And again, I feel that if you push the situation, it's going to... Yeah, perfect. Because I just get, if you wanted that right now, then that would just pretty much end the possibilities. So let's ask then about year, not just immediately, but maybe like next year, okay? Let's just ask long term. Okay, let's ask about that one then. Oh, I can... Didn't know I could do that. Oh, and thanks for the roses, folks. With Chantel, thank you. All right, Morphe, you and Abdul. What is going on? I don't get Abdul. I get Abdul. How to say? I get Abdul has issues. I don't know how to say this. I get you need to be careful with Abdul. He has just a lot going on. The first one that comes up for him is the Tower. So I would just say be very careful in interactions. Sometimes when this comes up for a guy, it can mean someone maybe have like anger issues or difficulty with solidarity and relationships, but something structurally causing some sort of just unstableness in what your prospect would be. This is a card of isolation. So I do get a bit of like romantic nature to Abdul. And it comes up with almost like, well, it does come up with motherly instinct for yourself and responsibilities being carried. So this would also tell me that be careful with this person, making sure you don't get yourself overly involved. And you want to make sure that you do not get overly attached. I mean, I don't... With pregnancy and stuff like that, I don't know where you stand on those sorts of relations prior to marriage, but it feels like you could be very fertile, and I'll just leave it at that, so be careful. I don't normally talk about pregnancy, but when the Empress like that comes up for a female, I just have to say it feels like very fertile. Will you come into money or win the lottery? I hope so, Maria. Statistically speaking, that's very difficult. Don't bet on it, though. People wait their entire lives and die pitiless because they thought they were going to win the lottery their whole lives. It feels like you could be, but I'm just saying be mindful and careful about it because it feels like it would have difficulties. I really think you're going to be meeting somebody new. Like, I would not limit yourself to what you are seeing right now. I really feel like it's going to be somebody new and outside of your immediate realm of influence right now. Like the ones coming up right now, I mean, they're fine. I would still advising mindfulness. But the whole vibe coming up is just like, keep your eyes open for others, for opportunities beyond what you are knowing right now to be the possibilities. Because otherwise you're going to really be limiting yourself and finding yourself potentially in a relationship that limits your future. Nothing against the guys you've brought up. Nothing at all. I'm just saying I think you need to keep your eyes open and broaden your perspectives. No harm in looking though, right, at the ones that are there right now. But just be mindful. Don't limit yourself. Know your worth. Know your worth, right? And I think you have some growing to do into that part of yourself. That one doesn't, I don't get anything off of that one whatsoever. And you have studies to focus on. You have studies to focus on. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm not trying to be pushy or to minimize your romantic interest, but it's going to happen. But I do still feel that it's going to be in such a way that you don't see it coming. Right? I just don't. I see it that you're not going to see it coming, and it could be very well be from someone that you simply do not know at all right now. Okay, hold on. Will Bobby C talk to April again? April, that indicates that's a very positive card. 10 of Cups. That's a very strong indicator of yes. It was kind of Morphe. It was kind of all through the cards when I was like asking the questions about particular people. It would answer it, but indicate look elsewhere. That there is more. That's why it was kind of difficult to answer in particular to those particular individuals, because the indications truly were talking around them. Maria, just read a card for you. I will. Hold on. Let me change decks. Oh, I don't do jumpers. Just means I need to shuffle better. Maria. Maria. That which comes up for you is the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is all about nostalgia, seeing things sometimes through like rose-colored glasses, but it also indicates a sense of like well-being and protectiveness, security, being able to find that place of that warm fuzzy feeling, as it were, safe, secure, seen, and one's interest reciprocated. All right. Franco, is Miranda feeling attracted to you? Franco, is Miranda feeling attracted to you? I would say yes. The Knight of Cups is a card about romance and being seen in a romantic way. Page of Swords is usually messages being expressed, and this thing's turning, making a change. Yeah, it does. It feels good. I would say yes, because you got Cups going on here with messages and the Wheel of Fortune, things turning in your favor. So I would say yes, interested in you or attracted to you. And yep, I don't do pregnancy questions. Will my ex-wife try to fix things between us? This is for Jeremy. Jeremy, what I get is that she is open and willing to talking things through. I get can be a little bit hard-headed, little hot-headed, and a lot to be discussed, a lot to be balanced. I do get there is a sense of hope still in this relationship, but I think a lot of it is going to hinge upon the way in which communications are handled and discussed. Don't let things fly off the handle or get out of control. A lot of this is going to be having to go back to reestablish the foundations of the relationship, and also for yourself to determine if this is something that you do truly want to move forward with, and if you feel that whatever has been impinged in the relationship, if you think it's worth looking beyond. It does feel hopeful. I do not get a card that indicates that it is completely resolved. And I'll show you why. This Queen of Wands is a female that is usually, can be a little hot-headed, but very determined. A lot that needs to be worked through, discussed, situations and the details. This is a card about balance and about exchanging ideas even. The next card, I have to be careful showing this one, is the Star. This is a card very much about hope, right? It shows there is still hope. And then the Page of Cups is about messages. So it does feel hopeful messages can be had in this. It does not indicate that it is going to be absolutely fixed, but it can be worked on. A lot of things like this, I mean, the cards are really great at indicating directions people to take. But I mean, something could be destined to be reconciled, and then people completely decide to go the other direction. Okay. Let's see. All right, folks, I do need to jump off here for a bit. Thanks for joining the live stream, and if I can, I will be back.